Welcome to Fine and Country Outeniquas podcast in partnership with Garden Route 360, where we explore the most exclusive and inspiring property developments across the Garden Route and the Western Cape. Today, we're talking about the region's crown jewels, and that is Outeniquasbosch Wildlife Estate, nestled just outside of Mossel Bay. Joining me is Pieter Dreyer, who has played an instrumental role in the vision and the development of this extraordinary estate. Pieter, it's great to have you. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
So, firstly, congratulations on being the joint winner in the Project Developer category at the Best of Mossel Bay's Reader's Choice Award for 2025. I mean, how does that feel?
Thank you very much. Yeah, a lot of people put a lot of work in that.
Go. So, Pieter, for those who haven't visited yet, how would you describe Outeniquasbosch Wildlife Estate?
The idea was from the start to keep it as a working game farm. My dad's been game ranching on that farm since 1987. So his vision was to just continue with the game farming and develop the farm in people living in between the wildlife and the wide open green spaces. So it's a working game farm, but it's only 5 minutes drive from Hartenbos city center.
Okay. And what inspired the development of this estate? Was there a particular vision, or was there a certain need that was being filled?
Housing in the garden route is becoming more and more scarce, and more the need for it is growing. So luckily, when we started the zoning process already back in 2006, the vision was there to develop the farm, seeing that the farm was right next to Hartenbos. It's about 3 kilos from town. And then my dad started the zoning process and with a professional team of town planners and architects and attorneys and so forth. The process took over 11 years. So it was quite a eco-sensitive process and a lot of delicate matters that had to be dealt with. But the vision was to develop it from the get-go, but we didn't actually think that it would be possible to already be going right now, because town was still in our days when we were young, the town was still far.
Yeah.
And it grew on top of us.
Okay. The name Outeniquasbosch itself has some sort of heritage. Can you share some of that with us?
Yes, that is actually the original name. So that's been the the name on the title deed for, I don't know, hundreds of years, or forever since we know. And it derives from the view over the mountain. So it's the bosch, the veld and the bush in the lower areas, and then view of the Outeniqua Mountains from the higher areas.
Okay. What we're going to do now is we're going to view a clip of Outeniquasbosch Wildlife Estate, and then I would like you to share some thought as we look at the clip, if you don't mind. right. So that was the video with regards to what is currently, in a nutshell, happening at Outeniquasbosch. One of the questions that I've got is, what is new and exciting that's coming up? So we briefly spoke about this, and you gave me permission to mention this, but phase 7 is coming up. So I want to bring that up and maybe chat around it if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure. That's phase 7. That's our new phase.
Okay.
The phase that we are servicing right now. It's a small phase. It's a very exclusive phase. There's no exit road. So as you see, you can drive in and you can drive. It's a one-way drive around. It's 39 stands, all of them over 1,000 square meters. It's a high area in Outeniquasbosch overlooking the bay, the Hartenbos and the Mossel Bay area. So you have sea view from there and also mountain.
Okay.
All of the stands actually are on the green belt. So you'll have wildlife around your dwelling with the view over the bay or over the Outeniqua Mountain.
Okay. So if you're interested in phase 7, get in touch now.
Yeah.
All
We'll
right.
probably sell it very quickly.
Okay. So one of the other exciting developments that's happening in around Outeniquasbosch is the new mall. How do you feel about the mall being in close vicinity now to Outeniquasbosch?
The people are very excited about this new development. You know, it's the Moelman Group. They have a very good reputation for upper class luxury shopping center. They're not beginners at this. So this mall is about 1.5 kilo from our data. So some people will even see it as walking distance, very close. And they have a very modern list of shops and attractions. So people are very excited. It really completes the picture.
I personally think that, you know, if I look at some of the coffee shops, some of the restaurants, and modernized, you know, look and feel that it's going to bring to it as well, that attracts a certain type of customer base.
Absolutely.
And that's really going to create that exclusiveness where you're going to feel safe. You know, you're going to enjoy the environment, etc.
Yeah, this is very new and exciting.
All right. So one of the other questions that I would like to ask is, how does the estate balance luxury with preserving nature?
As I mentioned before, even with the zoning process, you know, you have the Department of Environmental Affairs involved, so they check you very strictly to balance the development. So you are developing, it's a commercial development, but you still have to look after nature. In our case, we only develop 25% of the estate. It's almost unthinkable, but you leave 75% of your property green. So that's open free space for the habitat for the wildlife and for the residents to enjoy. Just open free space. So the balance is really there. The fact that it's really farm, it's a farm feeling that you get, but it's so close to town. It's not only a farm feeling, it's really like over 400 hectares of green space.
Yeah. And I mean, you guys have got some nice hiking trails. There's some real nice activities.
Yeah, 35 kilometers of hiking and cycling trails. And
unbelievable.
Really in the wild. 10 different wildlife species. We have bontebok, nyala, zebra, giraffe. So we have so much wildlife and antelope to make you really feel like you are on the farm.
Yeah. Okay. Now, the type of residents that's drawn to the estate, what does that look like?
That's an interesting question. We sometimes during the 5 years since the launch, we've said, no, it looks like we are developing more into more younger people. Then just in the next 2-3 months later, you say, now it's middle age, you know, like in their 50s, 40s, 50s, and then eventually we'll say, no. And now the older people are buying. so we actually can't say it's one typical age. It's more a mixed group of ages. You have a lot of young people with children now, especially because of the private school, which is really a big attraction. And I think the mall will also bring that. But then the people working from home, you have in their 40s and 50s, and retirees. We also have. We are not the retirement village, but I always say a lot of older people feel welcome there. They come and live there because it's close to town.
Yeah,
it's close to the facilities.
Yeah. And I mean, I've personally driven around. You automatically get that safety feeling.
Yes.
There's no, I mean, danger or
Mm.
something's going to happen. And I mean, everyone greets always. I mean, that's always
Yes.
something that I say, which is just
Yes.
welcoming. You just get that
That's
welcoming feeling.
Outeniquasbosch for you.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful.
Yeah. All right. Another question that I've got is, how important was sustainability and eco-conscious planning in the estate's design?
As I said, the environmental affairs check you on that. So you appoint a accredited environmental advisor, so someone who's a consultant and accredited with the department,
Yes.
and they physically come and check every site. Every building site is checked, and we are so properly checked on that. So that's something that's really special because we are developing, but we're also looking after nature.
Yeah, and I think that also gives peace of mind to any new potential
Mm.
investor or
Yes,
buyer that wants to come and relocate and obviously live in the
yes,
estate, which is obviously always a win.
yes.
All right, Peter, are there any unique architectural guidelines or building restrictions that makes the estate distinctive?
Yes, we have the Cape Vernacular building style, which is really typical of the Western Cape Karoo type of architectural design style. That's in our case, it was based on the modern look for a Karoo farmhouse. And
Okay.
then on the bigger stands, we have actually a 5 meter building line. So that means between the big stands, the 1500 and up, because we have stands for over 2000 square. So on those bigger stands, the type 3 stands, we have a 5 meter building. That means an open space, green space between dwellings of a minimum 10 meters.
Okay. Yeah, and that's nice because you don't want to always be on top of your neighbor.
Yeah.
So now at least you've got some space in between.
Yes.
Um, What makes this specific area stand out compared to other coastal inland estates within the region?
It's the fact that it's not far from, it's really farm. It's like open spaces, over 400 hectares of green belt, but it's right next to town, and we don't have a high levy. We have the 1% that you pay when you sell a stand, but we don't have a levy that's really killing the people. They're always talking about our levy is really
Mm,
reasonable.
mm,
So we try to balance that.
yeah. Okay. And for anyone that's now looking at investing in Outeniquasbosch, why now?
If you pick up well, in the old days we said if you pick up the paper, but nowadays if you read the internet, any articles you see, any podcasts you'll see on the internet about the Western Cape, you'll find that people are really flocking to the Garden Route area. And Hartenbos, as you said, Outeniquasbosch especially is like it's a hidden gem, in the Garden Route, and uh, the properties have grown astronomically over the last 3-4 years. And I think if you look at Hartenbos, it's still much more affordable than even George, but
Mm,
it's way more affordable than Cape Town and
yeah.
Paarl, for instance. So you'll find that I think we have a little bit of catch up to do. The properties will, if you see all the developments planned for the Hartenbos North area, once the picture is completed, it will be extremely expensive.
Yeah. Look, I always say there's no time like the present, eh?
Yes.
So, Peter, thank you so much for joining me
Thank you very
today. It
much.
was lovely having you and sharing just a little bit more in depth about Outeniquasbosch and Outeniquasbosch, right?
Outeniquasbosch,
Yeah,
yes.
because I think a lot of people's pronunciation of that. So,
Yes.
but yeah, thank you for being here today. I really appreciate it. And for those of you that are interested in any of the stands or would like to know more, reach out to me so that we can get you into this beautiful estate. And who knows, your next property might just be at Outeniquasbosch.
Yes, sure.
Cool.
Thank you very much. All the best.
Thanks, Peter.